Coming live. Hello, everybody. It's a mild Wednesday morning, believe it or not, after we've been freezing our butts off the last few days. And I think you can all figure out where I am right now. And we got a bunch of people right off the bat here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Alex gets around TO. Hello, Fans Buses Gaming. And Colleen and Harjot is here, and Susan. Didn't notify you, did it? And an unsub Johnny's channel. Wow. YouTube is glitchy, eh? Hey, Yahia and Marie Palmer, Monica, Yogi, Chris Mills, Guy Soleil, Picard, Jeanette, hello. Vivian, hello there. And Michelle, Sanjay, and Kathleen, and Brad, and Big S. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. And Mark Lang and John O'Meara, hello to you as well. And Roy D in London. Yeah, YouTube has been somewhat glitchy of late, hasn't it? So I thought I would take a walk all the way to Casa Loma from right here at Yonge and Dundas. Novel costs. Yes, the Continuum is live. TheKenContinuum. I like how you say that. Michelle, no, the cold snap is done for today at least. I think we're actually on the plus side of things, maybe +1 or 2. It might get up to +3 or so today. I just kicked some litter on the ground. Still a bit quiet around Yonge and Dundas here. 2 degrees, yeah, that feels about right. Hey Yogi, how's it going? Yeah, it's like a heat wave compared to yesterday. I have a video I have yet to post. We're early yesterday morning at 6:30 a.m. I went out and recorded a walk when it was minus 21 degrees. Hey Scott, weather makes 0 sense. Yeah, it's going to get cold again after today here. The temperature's going to drop back down. This is like a brief mild day in between many cold days. Hey Joseph. And Jeanette, $10 for yummy food and drink to warm my tummy. Thank you very much, Jeanette. I'll do my best to warm my tummy. By the time I'm done walking all the way to Casa Loma, I think my tummy might be in need of some warming, so I appreciate that. Hey Capelan. So I had a comment on one of my videos a little while back that said something like you should walk from downtown to Casa Loma, and I thought, actually, you know, that sounds like a good idea. So that's the plan for today's live stream. Hey, Alan K. Kwan. I am very well. Crossing Bay Street. Hey, Michael Wynn. How's it going? You saw me at Young and Shooter. Well, all right. That is my neighborhood. Yeah, I thought of a bunch of different routes I could take, but I thought I'd take a bit of a more scenic route, so I'll take Dundas Street all the way to Spadina, I'm thinking, and then go north up Spadina. I guess that Denny's is probably shut down right now. Do people do takeout from Denny's? It's pretty much a just sit down and eat kind of restaurant, isn't it? Hey Elise, how's it going? I've never been to that Denny's, or for that matter, I've never been to any Denny's. Am I missing out? They do takeout at Denny's? Okay, well, maybe they're open then. Do they have great onion rings? Well, maybe I should try them, Jeanette, because I am a fan of onion rings. And Hadley prefers Steve's. Where would I find that place? Is it a local restaurant? Bill Chow, yeah, I thought that was probably the most interesting route to take to get up to Casa Loma. I mean, I could walk straight up Yonge Street to Davenport and then along Davenport and all that, but for some reason my mind told me no, take Dundas and Spadina. Hello, Monica, New Jersey, how's it going? So maybe I've been missing out on the whole Denny's thing, you know? Maybe I should try that place out. This old building is being gutted as part of this new development here. It's not being demolished though. They must have good pancakes then, I imagine. They're primarily a breakfast place. Or how about French toast? I like those sorts of things. heck of a lot warmer today, Alan. When I saw that the forecast for today was going to be mild, I thought, okay, this is my weekday live stream window. Because, I mean, not that I haven't live streamed in sub-zero temperatures before, but given a choice, I think I'd rather do it on a day like this. Steve Mikra, hope this starts a delicious Denny's fund for Ken. Well, thank you very much, Steve. A Denny's pancake fund, right? Or French toast. Whatever's better at Denny's. Yeah, wow, minus 26, yeah. And I think up in North Bay it was like around minus 30 yesterday. I saw some interesting weather stats yesterday. Someone posted online. As much as people like to say, like, Toronto gets cold and they talk about minus 30 and things like that, in reality, the temperature in Toronto rarely ever gets to minus 30, like ever. I think only a few times in the entire recorded weather history of Toronto has the temperature gone down to minus 30. And even minus 20 is not all that common. I mean, it's been a few years since the city last hit minus 20. Michelle Gray, $10. Hi, Ken, towards your new Denny's fund. Wow, thank you very much. I'm quite enjoying the Denny's fund here. And I hope you're doing well, Michelle. Hey Keenan, I'm very well. I hope all is well with you in London. Why is this truck sitting here on the sidewalk? Alright, well, no worries, Kathleen. Glad you could pop in and say hi. I'll probably catch some more people on their lunch breaks a bit later on. Yeah, it must be Park Anywhere Day. Like, seriously, like, why is there a large truck parked on the sidewalk? I've heard of the Grand Slam, Bill. That's right, you're on Alberta time. That's right, Michelle. Whenever I want to talk to my dad, I have to think about Alberta time before I make the call. Just passing by the Art Gallery of Ontario. And we'll be coming to Chinatown, just about a block ahead. Tyler, 1990. No, I've never done a Niagara Falls walk yet, although that is something I would like to do. I think I'm one of the only local walk tubers that hasn't made the trip to Niagara yet. But I'm thinking now I'll probably wait until winter's over. And preferably when restrictions are lifted or maybe even gone. That would be ideal. On me. Vivian Johnson, $13.99 to add to whatever fund I want. All right, well, thank you very much, Vivian. Maybe we'll add that to the traditional burrito fund. Very kind of you, Vivian. And here's Beverly Street. It's Beverly Street with an L-E-Y. Hey Wanda, hello in Pennsylvania. Terratopia, you'll drive me to Niagara? Well, hey, that's very, very kind of you to offer. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Wow, thank you very much. And we're coming into Chinatown. Not sure why he's honking. Yeah, I recently checked out Terratopia's YouTube channel. Watched her walk through Bloor West Village. Thought it was very well done. So I hope she gets a lot more subscribers. Terratopia, another local walktuber here in Toronto. I don't know if that's the focus of her channel or not, but she does have some content along those lines. The walking around kind of stuff. Yeah, that Denny's is not so good, is it? But that's the only one near me. Hey, Mark in Belfast, how's it going? Got a little bit of activity here in Chinatown. It's not exactly bustling though. Oh, we have a conflict of opinion. Alex thinks it's good. Terratopia thinks it's bad. Let the debate begin. That's true, Susan. I mean, it does have a little bit of life to it, right? I remember walking through here during the much more restrictive lockdown, and it was dead to the world. People keep referring to what we're in now as a lockdown, but this isn't really a lockdown. It's just some restrictions, right? Pretty chilly down there too, right, Wanda? It's actually colder than here. That's kind of unexpected, but that happens. So here we are, the heart of Chinatown. Oh, Jeanette, all right. Have a good meeting, and yes, thank you very much for dropping by, and thank you once again for the super chat. Very, very much appreciated. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Lisa Palmer is armed and ready. Watch out, Ottawa. The Old Vic. I'm not sure. That doesn't ring a bell. Hey, Rachel in North Carolina. How's it going? Can I speak French? A petit peu. Is that how you say it? Barely. No. I'll just say no. I mean, if the speech is slowed down enough for me to make out each word, maybe then I can read it or speak it. Not speak it, but at least understand it. But anyone who talks at a normal speed when they're speaking French, most of it just gets by me. I can read it, I guess, somewhat okay, maybe, a little bit. The rat who plays Danganronpa, $10. The Dark Knight freezes. Yeah, I've been freezing my butt off the last few days. You're enjoying the super cold walks? Will I make a vid in North Bay in this weather? Oh boy. Well, maybe sometime I will. Because, it gets a lot colder in North Bay than it does here in Toronto, that's for sure. So thank you very much for the super chat. And I'll keep that in mind for my next visit to North Bay. Although I usually go in the summer, but it's quite possible I might do a winter visit to the old hometown sometime. Ah, good to know, Rachel. You love the cold? Well, I love that you love the cold. I don't know if I can say the same, but I don't hate it. I put up with it. How about that? Just like I put up with the hot humidity in the summer. I'm not really a fan of that either. Hey, Schnurtchick, how's it going?
It's such an effort sometimes to get.
Yeah, that's true, Marie. I remember seeing those all the time when I was growing up. All the shacks out on the lake. It's like a little village. And I remember they had that art show they would do out on the lake too, with all the sort of works of art perched out on the ice, and you'd walk out and look at them all. Was it called the Ice Follies? I think that's what it was called, right? The Ice Follies. Installations, that's the word I was looking for. Art installations way out in the middle of a frozen Lake Nipissing. Oh, Rachel, you grew up in Chicago, so this is kind of something you're used to, these sorts of conditions. I was thinking North Carolina probably doesn't get anywhere near as cold as we do here. Here's where Played a Record is now. This used to be at Yonge and Dundas. Tyler, yeah, there's a number of beaches along Lake Ontario. Some of them are pretty big too, and they get very busy in the summer. And there's a couple on the islands as well. There's some islands out in Toronto Harbor, and those beaches are well used. There's even a nude beach, or as I like to say, clothing optional. So I think all the various beach culture is pretty well covered here in Toronto. And I have done a walk along the boardwalk through the beaches neighborhood, passing by several beaches in some of my older videos. If you're curious, just check out my video list and you'll probably find them. Maybe just type in TheKenContinuum, the beaches. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine there's much activity down there today. Boy from New York. Maybe I'll cross to the other side. Let this person go. All right, Joseph. Thanks for dropping by. Maybe you can pop back in later. Hey, Bevy's here. Hello, Bevy. So now we're making our way north. Can't stand you. I was in the pool. I was in the pool. My favorite line from that episode is where Elaine goes, I don't know how you guys walk around with those things. Big line up here. Thinking maybe it's a booster drive, maybe. Alan K. Kwan, $6. Add to the current Wednesday fund. Well, thank you very much, Alan, and I certainly will. I'll split that one between the Denny's fund and the burrito fund. You've wondered the same thing, have you, Beppy? Oh, they're waiting for lunch. There's a, oh, I see, there's a soup kitchen there. That makes sense. Got a little bit of a residential pocket here. We're kind of wrapping around Spadina Circle right now. Coming into the U of T campus. That's the School of Architecture there in that old building. What's the one thing people love about Toronto, but I think otherwise? I don't know, I had to think about that one, and maybe shopping. People love to come here to shop, and I could care less about shopping. I barely even notice stores, really, like what they sell or what's in them as I'm walking past. I don't usually look in windows of shops to see, oh, what's in here, and things like that. I like to walk down Bloor Street through the Mink Mile, but I just think it's a nice looking stretch of urbanity. I'm not too interested in the stores along there. All those high-end luxury retailers are of no interest to me. I do like to mispronounce their names, though. That's always fun to do. Like, why call it Gucci when you could call it Gucky, right? Scott, yeah, isn't that mall something else? The shops at Aura. It's the weirdest, deadest, most dystopian mall ever. Yeah, I call those ones Herms and Berkine. I don't know. It's kind of hard to mispronounce Birkin, you know. Birkin? How about that? Birkin. So it's pretty much a straight shot all the way up Spadina to Davenport. And then I get the fun task of walking up the Baldwin steps to get up to Casa Loma. It's like a giant staircase. Susan, I mentioned that in my video. I think that place used to be one of the big draws to that mall. People would go there just for that restaurant. And I guess it's not there anymore.
Here you go.
Cynthia, that's right. Barbie and Ken. I think I've told this story before, but when I was in school, there was a girl in my class named Barbie. So you can imagine all the teasing we got. Well, Toronto has lots of things specific to Toronto that New York doesn't have. But as in like certain neighborhoods and things like that, I mean, Kensington Market is pretty unique. I don't think there's anything quite like Kensington Market in New York. There might be some neighborhoods that are a bit similar, but don't have the overall eclectic mix and weird vibe that Kensington has. And there's probably a few restaurants here and there that might serve things that you can't really find in New York, and vice versa, right? Megan is a Barbie. Yeah. Yeah, she might be popping into the chat soon. I think she's doing work things right now. Her fashion creations are really popular on Instagram. That ball gown that she made, and she posted some pics on Instagram, got like over 7,000 likes. I was like, holy crap. That's true, Novocos. Toronto is a capital city. I think a lot of people might think New York is a capital, but it's not. Not applicable. Well, she hasn't yet, but I don't think that's something that can be ruled out. She'd probably make something for me if I asked her to. Should thank the drunk driver for not running me over, right? Yeah. Some new apartment buildings coming up here on this part of Spadina. Another good point, Novocos, yes. Billy Bishop Airport. It's within walking distance of downtown. And within walking distance, I mean like less than an hour's walk, maybe like 40-minute walk to the heart of the financial district. Maybe even less, maybe 30.
John's gonna do the pile.
And the islands, Toronto Islands too. It's basically a large park sort of off in the harbor there with a nude beach. Does New York have a nude beach? I don't know. So both cities can say they have things the other one doesn't have. Of course, the things in New York are a lot more famous and well known, obviously, than the things in Toronto. But we have our own list of cool things here. There was that quote from that episode of 30 Rock where Steve Martin said, "Toronto is like New York without all the stuff." And I know what he's getting at, but at the same time I thought, well, Toronto has its own stuff, right? Here is Bloor Street. All right. Yeah, that's right. Certain restaurants that are popular in Asia often open up their first North American location in Toronto. Yo. Yeah, I can't argue with that, Bill Chow. Some people say, though, that Torontonians might be more polite, but New Yorkers are perhaps more friendly. Like, there's a slight difference between the two, you know? What's better, polite or friendly? I don't know. I think once cities get to a certain size, people just tend to become a bit standoffish no matter where they are or what country that city is located in. And people tend to just be on a bit of a mission trying to get from point A to point B, and they don't have time to stop and chat with people on the sidewalks who are asking them questions and things like that. But still perfectly fine though to give some assistance to a lost tourist or things like that, of course. Like basically, if you're walking down the street in downtown Toronto or in like Manhattan and some strange person you do not know approaches you and looks like they want to ask you something, chances are they're going to want either money, they want you to sign some sort of petition or something like that, or just something that basically you think like, I don't really have time for this. So you just tend to brush them off, right, and keep going. And 9 times out of 10, you'd be right. Like if you see anyone with a clipboard and they try to stop you, just keep on walking. Yeah, New York streetcars, getting rid of their streetcars. Yeah, so that's another thing Toronto has that New York doesn't have. We still have streetcars. People are friendly and polite in Halifax. I do not doubt that one bit, Bevy. You got the best of both worlds. The dog was wearing a cute little snowsuit. Excuse me, can you call me a cab, please? I think I've actually done something like that before, because I wasn't in any particular rush at that time anyway. I'm not usually in a rush, to be honest, hardly ever, but I am someone who does like to get from point A to point B as quickly and efficiently as possible. Mo. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. 279. Hello everyone. Well, thank you very much for the 279. And hello to you. All right, Rachel. Well, thanks for dropping in. We'll see you next time. Here's one of these apartment buildings designed by this notable architect who designed a bunch of these sort of space-age looking apartment buildings in the 1960s. There's a few of them around this neighborhood and a few more scattered out in North York and such places. I think his name was Uno Pre, something like that. And I quite like the buildings. They have those sort of swoopy looking balconies with lots of curves and something like out of the Jetsons, you know, how they would have imagined apartment buildings in the future would look. Hello Mira in Scandinavia. Welcome to the channel. We're on our way to Casa Loma. It's a local castle here in Toronto. Uno Pre, Estonian. Yes, that's the guy. Have I done a tour of Bishop Airport? Well, I sort of have, you know. I walked through the underwater tunnel that you get to the airport at from the foot of Bathurst Street. And I went into the terminal and walked around, but it was during lockdown. So there were no flights at all operating out of Billy Bishop. So it was a complete ghost town. But I did walk around and check things out a bit. And that underwater tunnel was pretty neat. There's like a giant staircase to get down and up, and there's elevators of course too, but I chose to take the stairs because it goes quite deep. Alex is lurking. All right, Michelle. Yeah, on YouTube there are some awesome videos of planes landing at Billy Bishop. I mean, from within, looking out from inside the plane at the skyline, because those planes like go very close to the financial district as they come in for a landing. Well, you were a lurker, Cynthia, until you typed "we lurkers," and then you came out of lurking. Hey, Poquito and Candy, how's it going? Yeah, my hair is getting a little bit hippie-like, I have to say. Hey, Marcia Mack, how's it going? It's always good to see you pop into the chat. Found litter. Clean up your yard. Here's Dupont Street. Oh, we're getting closer. Here's Dupont subway station. Looks like I'm forced to cross the street here. Yeah, maybe they're waiting for a snowfall to hide their disgustingly litter-filled yard. Oh, look, you can see the top of Casa Loma. There's a castle lurking in the distance. Just the tip. Hey, Ryan Rides is in the chat. All right, how you doing, Ryan Rides? So for those of you who didn't know or aren't familiar with the city, yes, we do have a large castle here in Toronto, perched on a hill overlooking the city. However, it's not from medieval times. It's from about 110 years ago or so. I think it was built around 1910, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. I might be off a few years. In the early part of the 20th century, in any case. It's built by a rich guy who thought it would be cool to have his own castle. And then I hear he ended up a poor guy and had to move out. Couldn't afford to live there anymore. It does look like a legit castle though, you know. He didn't scrimp on it at all. It's pretty massive. It doesn't have a moat though. I think it needs a moat. He ended up a poor guy. Poor guy. Trying to remember his name. Was it Henry Pallet? Something like that. There's a plaque on site there where I can read all the details. So it took just about an hour to walk here. Henry Palette, yep. And there's the crazy staircase to get up to the castle. The Baldwin Steps. Tyler, not here. It's legal here to turn right on red. Although, in Toronto, especially downtown, it's probably not a good idea. I think it would probably be best if that wasn't legal. And anyone who's seen that movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World, I think there was a scene where one of the evil whatever's, one of the bad guys goes flying down the staircase after a battle with Scott or something like that. I'm trying to remember that scene. (1911 to 14). All right. Yep. Hey, Jacqueline Wilson, good afternoon.
About to do 3.
All right, we made it. Check out that view. I mean, trees are great and all, but if these trees weren't here, you'd be able to see the whole Yorkville skyline, which is barely visible through them. Jacqueline Wilson, $9.99 super sticker. Well, thank you very much, Jacqueline. It's very kind of you. Hope you're enjoying the view. Yep. Calm down there, gimbal. That's true. We are at the ancient shoreline of a prehistoric lake that used to run just along Davenport Road. Lake Iroquois, I think it was called. Something like 13,000 years ago. I could go a little bit higher here, but I don't know if I want to climb up here while holding my gimbal. So we'll make do with this view. I could stand on top of this pedestal thing, but I'd have to sort of wiggle my way up there with one hand. So maybe I shouldn't try that. I've done it many other times though when I wasn't holding my gimbal. Mira, yeah, you definitely should. It's an awesome city to explore. And now, dun, 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 boom! There's the side view of Casa Loma. Ah, Bevy uploaded a frigid walking video. Awesome, Bevy. Everyone go check out her channel later. All right, let's get a better look. You can see the true size of it once you get over in front of it. Yeah, we'll go take a look at the stables building too. It looks like a castle in its own right. Thank you, John O'Meara. And if you hit the like button, you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, you might as well go ahead and do that too. I've been kind of pleasantly surprised that my subscriber growth has picked up a little bit. I just passed 6,000 subscribers around the middle of December, and I'm already at almost 6,400, or getting close to 6,400. $11,000. All right, well, that was off by a couple thousand. And here we go. So here's the guy. Ten years later, after they moved in, they were forced to leave after failed investments severely reduced their wealth. That is a bummer. Yeah, I'm thinking at this rate I might hit 7,000 subscribers maybe by March. And I think it's not completely unrealistic to say I might hit 10,000 before the end of the year. Maybe even by the end of the summer. I don't know, I'm just sort of guesstimating. Yeah, that's true. You can't film inside Casa Loma. Although Ginny TTY went in there and did a live stream inside. I don't know if she got special permission beforehand or not, but she did do that. I happened to watch that stream of hers. Oh, thank you, Alan K. Kwan and Monica. Well, I'm not a big time YouTuber yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. They still have a little bit of snow dusting the grass up here. We are kind of up on a hill after all. Check this out. So this is the stables. Yeah, thanks, Colleen. Once I go into more quiet areas, I can hear my boots squeaking on the ground. So this is practically another castle in its own right. She smuggled the camera in her bra. Ken Kickens, there's a swimming pool in the basement. Imagine taking a dip in the Casa Loma swimming pool. York baller can't wait for spring. Me neither. Especially once February comes around. Once February comes around, I'm just tired of winter altogether. Yeah, Muir Stevenson, this is like an excellent city for food. I'm not a foodie though, so I'm probably not the one to be able to tell you what all the best restaurants are. I'm more of the type of person who just goes to Burrito Boys and takes my burrito home and enjoys it. Yeah, the houses up here are huge. eat like a beast in private without judgment. That's what I do. That's the only way. Especially something like a burrito. They're so sloppy and messy. Unless you are an expert at eating them in such a way. I mean, I kind of am now. I can eat a burrito without it spilling all over the place usually, but I remember some years back I went to Burrito Boys, to one of their sit-down locations, I think the one on Adelaide Street, and I got a burrito, and I made the mistake. Normally I like mild spiciness, but I thought I'd get medium. I thought, yeah, well, medium, no big deal. But man, it was so spicy, just even at medium, that my eyes were watering, my nose was running, and I was sitting at a table by myself, but right beside that table was another table full of these girls, these young, attractive girls, and I was trying to eat this thing, and my nose just kept running, my eyes kept watering, and it started spilling all over the place and making a big mess, and I just thought, I should not be doing this in public. What am I doing in public doing such a thing? So I take my burritos home for the most part now. However, Bevy and I did eat our burritos together when she was in town. That time though I did get a mild level of spiciness, so I didn't have to contend with the runny nose and watering eyes. That's right, Bevy, you remember? Yes, indeed, Novelcast. Yes, indeed. Burrito blunders. Let's sell that show to Netflix. Here's some of the ravines, one of the ravines that crisscross the city. Yeah, there's the Yorkville skyline off in the distance there. Soft taco and use a knife and fork. You can't use a knife and fork with a taco, or a burrito for that matter. That's like eating pizza with a knife and fork. Or an O. Henry bar with a knife and fork. No messy food face, that's right. Should I try to go up this rather steep incline here? Let's do it. Whoa, the ground is hard. It's hard to get a foothold on here. If I fall on my face, I fall on my face. This is pretty steep. I'll probably look ridiculous going up the side of this thing. But I did it. I came up here just for the skyline view. Well, it's not the best skyline view. It's no Riverdale Park, that's for sure. I think this is Winston Churchill Park, or Sir Winston Churchill Park. Yeah, I'm not sure what that particular tower is for. If anyone knows, feel free to chime in. Look, we have a meeting of the dogs. Are they going to stop and sniff? Oh, they are. They are. Can't have two dogs walk past each other without stopping and sniffing. Oh, there's a big dog over there. Will the big dog stop and sniff the little dog? The little dog is coming this way. Yeah, a little bit better skyline view from over here now. Waiting for the little dog to come over here to see if it'll get sniffed by the big dog. Now they're both going the same way. What the heck? They were going in opposite directions before. Did they make friends just like that? Hey, our dogs like each other. Let's be friends. Okay. Instant friendship. Just go out and walk a dog. See another person with a dog. Boom. Friends forever. Hello. Hello. Can I go this way? Can I go this way? Just let me go some way. Okay, this way it is. And this guy wants to run me over. I clearly have a green walk signal here. My life lacks direction. I can't argue with that. Good thing my directionless life applies itself well to a walk tubing lifestyle. Why is it always an Audi or a Benz or a BMW who pulls those sorts of things? Why? Boom! Gimbal started drifting. I think we discussed this before, right, John O'Meara? But it just keeps happening. There's a streetcar. I'm going to be hopping on one of these later on. After the stream. Wanda, all right. Have a good day. Hopefully I'll see you next time. One, two, three, four, five. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's true, Michael Strathmore. There are some numerous burrito joints along St. Clair. Did I just give my password out? No, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to see me eating a spicy burrito? I think I did that on one of my videos, you know. Mira, I did a walking video, and then I ended the video at the burrito place near my house that I like to frequent. And then I took the burrito home, but then I added a little clip at the end of the video where I actually chow down on the burrito. So that's somewhere in my older videos. Okay, I'm going to go. see this guy wanted to turn, but I thought I'm going first. I'm not sure, you know, Cynthia. That's something I would not be able to answer. Watching from Cypress Island, eh, Colleen? This is cool, where you can see the streetcars go in and out when they go underground here to head into St. Clair West Station. There's a similar setup down on Queens Quay. And believe it or not, people accidentally drive their cars down these things. How clueless do you have to be to drive your car down a dedicated streetcar line that goes underground? Let's watch this one go underground. All right, come on. Come on, we want to see you go underground. Okay, here it comes. There it goes. Look at all the weird stuff on top of the streetcar, right? Who would have thought all that was there? Well, that was exciting, huh? Like a hot dog in a hallway. What's this guy doing over here? Is he doing kung fu? Still going. He's spinning now. He's doing spins. So I'm just right by Bath, or St. Clair West Station, I should say, and I think this is where I'm going to wrap up the live stream. Because as I said, I'm going to be heading home, but I'm going to make a video on my way home. A regular video for my channel. So thank you everyone for accompanying me on this walk from Yonge and Dundas in the heart of downtown, all the way up to Casa Loma, and then beyond up here to St. Clair Avenue. So thank you all for your awesome comments. Thanks to the mods for doing their awesome mod squatting. Thank you everyone for your kind super chats and super stickers. I appreciate it very, very much. And I'll definitely have to try out Denny's sometime in the near future. And once again, if you enjoyed the stream and you've been watching my videos and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so. That would really help me out a lot. I'm trying to get my subscribers to hit 10,000 sometime in 2022. That would be awesome. So stay tuned for more videos and live streams, because as always, I will continue. Have a good day, everyone.